Every month, the Department of Defense sends retired pay to roughly 2 million military retirees. Some of that money never arrives. It's stopped dollar for dollar by a rule called the VA Waiver, a rule that reduces your retired pay by the exact amount of your VA disability compensation. For decades, that offset took real money out of real veterans' hands. Congress eventually created two programs to restore some or all of it: concurrent retirement and disability pay, and combat-related special compensation. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to walk through the whole system: what VA disability is, who qualifies, how to file, what the offset looks like in practice, how CRDP and CRSC give that money back, and who gets which. And at the end, the scams targeting veterans who receive either. Whether you retired from the military or from a civilian career, VA disability is yours if you earned it. Let's make sure you have what you earned. VA disability compensation is a tax-free monthly payment for veterans with service-connected conditions. The amount depends on two things. First, your rating, a number from 0 to 100% in 10-point steps that measures how much your condition affects your ability to work and live. Second, whether you have dependents, a spouse, children, or parents in your care. A single veteran rated at 50% receives roughly $1,100 a month in 2026 dollars. At 100%, with a spouse and one child, that number exceeds $4,000. Every January, the amount is adjusted for inflation, just like Social Security. You do not pay federal or state income tax on any of it. And this is the part that surprises many veterans: military retirement is not a requirement. Civilian retiring veterans, National Guard members, reservists with qualifying service, all of you are eligible if you have a service-connected condition. The claim process is more forgiving than most veterans expect. You file VA Form 21526EZ, either online at va.gov or through a veteran service officer. The VA needs three things: evidence the condition exists today, evidence it started during or was caused by service, and a medical opinion connecting the two. A VSO is the most valuable resource in this process. They work for state veteran service organizations or accredited groups like the DIV or VFW. They file thousands of claims. They know what the VA wants and how to document it. They do not charge you. Never pay anyone to file a VA claim. The typical claim takes 4 to 6 months to rate. If your condition worsens, you can file for an increase. If the VA gets it wrong, you can appeal. The one rule most veterans miss: keep filing. Conditions that develop 10, 20, 30 years after service are still compensable if the connection to service can be established. Here is where it gets complicated for military retirees. If you receive both military retired pay and VA disability compensation, federal law requires the two not to double up. Your retired pay is reduced, dollar for dollar, by the amount of your VA compensation. That reduction is the VA Waiver. Consider a real example. A military retiree earning $3,000 a month in retired pay receives a 50% VA disability rating worth $1,100. The gross retired pay is still $3,000, but the VA Waiver takes $1,100 off. Net retired pay drops to $1,900, plus $1,100 in tax-free VA compensation. Total gross $3,000. The dollar count did not increase, but the tax treatment changed because VA compensation is tax-free while retired pay is taxed. So even the plain offset is a win. And for retirees who qualify, Congress built two programs that restore the offset entirely. Those programs are CRDP and CRSC. They are not automatic. You have to know which one applies to you. The first restoration program is CRDP, Concurrent Retirement and Disability Pay. CRDP restores your retired pay that was offset by the VA Waiver. To qualify, you need three things: 20 or more years of creditable service, retired status, and a VA disability rating of 50% or higher. If you meet those three conditions, CRDP is automatic. The Defense Finance and Accounting Service applies it without any action from you. The restored amount appears on your RAS as a new line item. Important detail: CRDP is taxable. It is restoring retired pay, which is ordinary income. And CRDP does not apply to medical retirees. Chapter 61. Retirees with less than 20 years or veterans with ratings below 50%. For those veterans, the second program, CRSC, may be the answer. The second restoration program is CRSC, Combat-Related Special Compensation, CRSC restores retired pay offset by the VA Waiver, but only for disabilities that are combat related. That means disabilities caused by armed conflict, hazardous service, training that simulates war, or instrumentalities of war. It does not mean every disability that arose during service. A knee injury from a parachute jump in a combat zone qualifies. The same knee injury from a training jump at Fort Bragg may not. CRSC has three critical differences from CRDP. It is not automatic. You must apply through your service branch. It is tax-free because it is classified as a combat benefit, and it is available at any rating, not just 50% and up. Many veterans qualify for both CRDP and CRSC. Each year you elect which program pays you. DFAS runs the math and shows you which election yields more money. Most combat-related veterans come out ahead with CRSC because of the tax treatment. Make the election every year. Every benefit program attracts predators. VA disability compensation attracts some of the worst. The pattern is consistent. A veteran files a claim. Shortly after, letters and emails arrive offering help with the claim for a fee. Sometimes a flat charge, sometimes a percentage of retroactive pay. Some operations call themselves claim sharks and guarantee a rating increase. Others pose as VA officials and ask for bank information to expedite payment. All of them are illegal under federal law, which prohibits anyone from charging for help filing an initial VA claim. The only people authorized to help are accredited VSOs, who do not charge, and accredited attorneys, who may charge only for appeals after an initial denial. If you see a claim shark at work, report it to the VA Office of Inspector General and to your state attorney general. And tell other veterans. The informal warning network is one of the reasons these operations keep moving state to state. Before next session, 3 actions. First, if you have a service-connected condition and have not filed a VA claim, find your state's Veterans Service Officer. The office is usually in the county seat. Walk in or call. Second, if you already receive VA compensation and military retired pay, pull your most recent RAS and locate the VA waiver line and the CRDP or CRSC line. Confirm what you're receiving. Third, if you receive CRSC, mark your calendar for the annual election window. Next module, we move to healthcare, Medicare, TRICARE for life for those who qualify, VA healthcare enrollment for every eligible veteran, and the timing decisions that protect you from penalties. Bring your numbers. We'll get to work.